Hey guys, and welcome to another video. First video of the new year 2021, which will hopefully be better than the last. I've got a vinyl video for you today. I haven't done one in about months, and I've collected a lot of vinyl since then. So I'm going to show you a few of them because I've got too much. I recorded this before and it was like a half an hour long thing, and I don't think anyone wants to sit through half an hour of me talking about my vinyls. So I split them into two. And yeah, so here's the first one. Firstly, we got Prince, the what's this called again? The Originals. These were a bunch of hit songs that Prince wrote for myriad of artists. This is a pretty big one. Got the CD here too. My dad's a big Prince fan, so he bought it with his money, but it's in my collection because I'm stubborn. And oh shit, I'm about to drop the ones on my bloody lap. So, I'm a big fan of Prince, as I'm sure you can tell. This is gonna be hard to navigate here. So, we got the iconic purple, and it's like a splattered thing. I don't know if you can see from here, but it's splattered. You can see it a bit. But yeah, it's a nice purple, you know. And I really love the Prince's. Well, obviously, I love Prince's voice. You know, he was such a unique and out there artist that it's basically impossible to, to copy him and to, you know, be like him. And you know, these songs, I think these really show you that, because I much prefer Prince's version of these songs. Hang on a sec. I've taken off the hoodie because it's not hot, but it's just bloody humid. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I much prefer most of Prince's versions of these songs rather than the other artists. This is a double LP, but it's the same. It's the same purple. So yeah, the demo Originals by Prince. Very good album. I'm gonna try to do this with the least amount of cuts as possible. So hopefully I can talk for that long. And here we go. You've already seen it. Prince, 1999. Very iconic album. Yeah, again, iconic artist. You know, songs like 1999, Delirious, Little Red Corvette, Taxi Driver, or Cab Driver. Wait, what was it called? Lady Cab Driver, it's called. So yeah, we got a couple sleeves here. I don't know why I'm not using them. Here's another sleeve, which I probably should use. I think I'll replace them a bit later. We got a nice picture there. And some, I think these are lyrics, yeah, lyrics and track list. And again, I'm pretty sure it is the same as the demo Originals. Yep, it's purple, nice splatter purple. We got a bit of an eyeball shot there, as you can see. You can't see, but it looks a lot prettier in real life. It's like purple with like deeper purple splattered. And yeah, very nice design. I'm just realizing now that the one in the 1999 looks a bit like a penis. So, yeah, there's a bit of information for you. And yeah, I think everyone knows the phrase "party like it's 1999." And weird that it was created in 1982. Prince, up there with some of my favorite artists of all time. Up there with some of my favorite artists of all time, and one of the most unique artists. And it's bloody this fucking thing. You can download if you want it. There you go. Yeah. But yeah, one of the most unique artists of all time, and you know, one of the first artists to bring out the flamboyance, you know. And yeah, Prince's 1999. Beautiful album. Next up, we have Prince again with Sign of the Times. I was stoked as hell when I saw this. at the at my bloody JB Hi-Fi, and for obvious reason, because it's an incredible album. We got some nice sleeves here too. We got Prince looking nice there, and we got a little photo shoot sort of thing. The vinyls are nice and peachy. They're a beautiful peach color. And look at that, it's just beautiful. And that really matches the album because it is bloody, it's bright, it's fun, it's funky. I mean, you can't go wrong with the track list. You know, Sign of the Times, Ballad of Dorothy Parker, It, Starfish and Coffee, Slow Love. I could go on for ages, for a very long time. And yeah, listening to this, there were a couple skips on it, which I don't mind because, you know, I don't play vinyl every day. That's not my main source of listening to music. But, you know, there's a couple skips, but it's still an incredible album. Here's another download code. And yeah, I highly recommend it if you want to get into print. And I've got my Purple Rain one up there. And yeah, I highly recommend all of these albums because Prince is an incredible artist. Prince is Sign of the Times. Alright, next couple. We've got couple oldies. We have Scott Walker's Scott 3. And I talked about this in my top 10 best albums I discovered last year. And this is obviously going to be up here. As soon as I listened to it, I was addicted to it, man. The operatic, the theatrical singing of him, and the beautiful baroque pop. It's just something to behold, man. And his voice is smooth as butter. I'm pretty sure I've said all of this before, but yeah, I can't get over Scott Walker. He's such an incredible artist. I mean, from start to finish, man, he's incredibly consistent. Now, I've said this before, but I wish that I had gotten, because there were more stuff at the record store of Scott Walker, and I just wish that I'd gotten more. There was Bish Bosh, here's another download code. There was Bish Bosh, Bish Bosh, The Drift, Tilt, Scott 4, but I just didn't have the funds, I didn't have the facilities for that. And I would have gone all out, to be honest, because Scott Walker is up there with some of my favourite artists of all time, and that cover is just beautiful, isn't it? It's very indicative of what this album sounds like, and yeah, highly recommend this. Also got a nice poem at the back with the track list, and yeah, Scott Walker's Scott 3. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful album. Speaking of beautiful albums and innovative artists, we have Miles Davis with Bitches Brew. And what a behemoth of an album. And look at that, I really like how it sort of blends in like that. And I mean, what can you say about Miles that hasn't been said already? This is basically a full page of Miles Davis praise, which I could do, but everything has been said. You know, incredibly, probably one of, if not the most innovative jazz artists of all time. Up there with John Coltrane, Alice Coltrane, Pharoah Sanders, and look at that. Look at that vinyl. It's so pretty. I listened to it, I think on the day I got it, I listened to it on record, and it is so beautiful, man. It really does sound nice. And I think it helps because, you know, it was made during the time that this was the main medium of music. This was where everything was made. This is the only place that you could really listen to it. This is what I love about vinyl, because it's sort of like a time capsule of this sort of time, you know. And this is something different about listening to an album like this on vinyl. And yeah, highly recommend checking this out. For Miles Davis, one of the best jazz artists of all time, without a doubt. I think anyone will tell you that. And Bitches Brew is like probably my favourite from him. An absolute masterpiece. I highly recommend checking this out. Next couple, we have fantastic singer-songwriter from Chicago, Illinois by Sukum Stevens. One thing that I love most about this album is the incredible arrangements, compositions, and mixing. I don't know if it will probably say on here, but I don't know if it was him that mixed all of it, but if he did, that is insane to me. Because normally I don't pick up on stuff like mixing and mastering and stuff like that. But the way that these tracks are the way these tracks are ordered, it's really perfect. I'm not a big fan of that picture, but you know, what are you gonna do? Here's the track list there and a bit of some lyrics. And I mean, again, I don't normally pick up on mixing, but it is incredible on this. The mixing is incredible. Sukum Stevens' voice is always beautiful. I mean, it's never not. Here is download code right there for you. I don't really care for these. I don't know what they do at all. And yeah, Sukum Stevens, he is an artist who I think I'd rather his older stuff. I like his older stuff a lot more. Obviously there's the standout. There's the outlier from his newer stuff with what was that really sad one? I'm forgetting the name. Carrie and Lowell, I think the album's called, you know, and I really can't connect with his newer, more electronic stuff. I don't know why. I think it's because it feels more disconnected, you know, because with the singer-songwriter type stuff with Illinois, Seven Swans, and Carrie and Lowell, it felt like I had a connection to the artist and there was a relatability to it. But with this new electronic stuff, I'm not a huge fan of it really, and I'm sure he can grow into it, but I'm just not feeling it for now. But this album, incredible stuff. You know, songs like Come On Feel the Illinois, John Wayne Gacy Jr., Jacksonville, Casimir Pulaski Day. I mean, what can this man not do except for electronic music? But yeah, incredible album. Highly recommend checking it out. And next up, we have bit of a darker bloke. We have 9 Inch Nails with The Downward Spiral. And a couple years ago, this probably would be number 2 on my all-time favorite albums. And I mean, I think it's a good number 2 still. But yeah, because I've been looking for this vinyl for years, and when I finally found it, I was like, picking that up without a second thought. And yeah, just the energy on this album too, the raw energy on this, and the passion that you can feel in Trent Reznor's voice. I mean, on Mr. Self-Destruct, March of the Pigs, Heresy. Oh my God, the Heresy, man. The energy on the songs is incredible. It's unmatched on almost anything I've ever heard. And yeah, and obviously Hurt, that's an iconic song, covered by Johnny Cash, which was an incredible cover. I haven't read through this, but I'm assuming, I have no idea what it is. I haven't gone through it. I haven't listened to it on vinyl yet, but I think it's just talking about 9 Inch Nails. I'll read it when I get to it. You got a bunch of weird pictures, because 9 Inch Nails are a weird band. So I think 9 Inch Nails is the perfect introduction into the industrial, electro-industrial sort of music. And The Downward Spiral I love this album. I absolutely love this album, and I highly recommend checking it out to anyone. Alright? For the final batch of this one, we have 3 more left. here we have one of the most exciting rappers to come out of the 2010s. We have JPG Mafia's All My Heroes Are Cornballs. I love this album, obviously, because I'm not going to own an album that I don't love. But JPG Mafia is one of my most, and I don't know how to say this, but this decade, I feel like him and Earl Sweatshirt, they're going to absolutely kill it this decade. Had to get it out. There you go. Just a plain black vinyl. But yeah, his instrumentals, his rapping, even though his rapping isn't really like all lyrical miracle. There's a lot of really, because he's a funny guy. There's a lot of good punchlines to it, and yeah, obviously songs like Jesus Forgive Me, I'm a Thought, Beta Male Strategies, Rap Grow Old and Die, X No Child Left, All My Heroes Are Cornballs, and the 3-track run from Thought Tactics, Free the Frail, and Post Verified Lifestyle is one of my favorite 3-track runs in hip hop history. And yeah, I'll really want to find the Veteran vinyl because that's my favorite album from JPG Mafia. But this one, probably his most accessible, and probably, I wouldn't be mad if this was your favorite JPG Mafia album. And yeah, highly recommend checking this out. Really nice album cover too. And yeah, JPG Mafia's All My Heroes Are Cornballs. Fantastic album. Next up, an incredible album from this year. In fact, my number 2 album of the year. We have Charlie XCX with How I'm Feeling Now. I bought this with 9 Inch Nails, so I felt weird walking out with an electro pop album and an industrial album. And there's actually a nice letter to the fans and to everyone who helped work on this during quarantine. And I was debating on putting this at number 1 for the album of the year this year, but it was really, really close between Fetch the Bolt Cutters and this one, because I love both of those albums to death. We've got a nice, I don't know what you'd call this color. I think it's peach or orange, fluoro orange, and I think it really matches the type of music being, I don't know if rough and rough around the edges and even bright and colourful, and it's an incredible album, really forwarding the sound of pop, and I'm really excited to see what Charlie XCX and PC Music and that whole underground of the hyperpop, with 100 Gex, Dorian Electro, and Sophie. I'm really excited to see what that can blossom into, because that's one of my favorite pop genres right now. So yeah, How I'm Feeling Now by Charlie XCX, incredible album, highly recommend it, and her best album. Next up, another pop queen, one of my favorite albums of all time, and one that I've waited for a few months now. We have Rae Jepsen with Emotion. With this album, Rae Jepsen, I think, perfected the sound of pop, being bubbly and very nice. This was the re-release from 2020 for the 5-year anniversary, and obviously, as soon as she announced that she's releasing the vinyl, I snapped it up right away. We got a nice sleeve here, we got some nice pictures of Carly, and the track list and lyrics, and some of her most poppy, fun, and even introspective songs show up on this. And you got a nice pink vinyl there. I love the colour pink, man, as you can tell. But yeah, songs like Run Away With Me, All That, Emotion, Boy Problems, Give Me Love, Making the Most of the Night, Your Type, LA Hallucinations, Let's Get Lost. I mean, every song in this is absolute banger. And her deluxe expanded edition, it's just, I can't get over this album. I don't think I will ever get over this album. It's the type of album that when you put on, you're instantly put in a good mood because of how fun she makes everything seem, and how fun she makes everything really. And yeah, I highly recommend checking this pop album because it is amazing. I've talked to people about Rae Jepsen, and you know that I don't want to seem pretentious, but you know how the general population know her mostly for "Call Me Maybe," but she is so much more than a one-hit wonder, man. You know, this album, Dedicated, and even the side B to this album and Dedicated are incredible albums. And yeah, I really can't say enough good things about this album because I love it to death. And yeah, highly recommend checking this out. And that'll be the end of it. That's my vinyl collection so far. I've got a few other new ones, but I don't want to make this video too long. And also I want another video for the end of the month because I won't be here for the end of the month. And that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow all my socials in the description below. And yeah, that's it. See ya.